The American Revolutionary War ended in 1783. 13 colonies had fought for and won their freedom from Great Britain. Now they had to figure out how to govern themselves. The Articles of Confederation were created to do just that. This document was adopted by the Continental Congress in 1777. It served as the first constitution of the newly formed United States of America. The Articles of Confederation were born out of a desire to avoid replicating the strong central authority they had just fought to overthrow. The colonists were wary of centralized power. They feared creating another tyrannical government like the one they had just escaped. The Articles deliberately created a weak national government. Most powers were given to the individual states. The primary goal of the Articles was to preserve the sovereignty and independence of the states. Each state was to retain its sovereignty, freedom, and independence. Every power, jurisdiction, and right not expressly delegated to the United States was reserved to the states. This meant states had more power than the national government. The Articles of Confederation established a league of friendship among the 13 states. It created a unicameral legislature, the Congress of the Confederation, as the primary governing body. Each state had one vote in Congress, regardless of its size or population. Congress had the power to declare war and make peace. It could also coin money, establish a postal service, and deal with Native American affairs. Importantly, it had the authority to settle disputes between the states. However, the Articles lacked the power to tax. This was a major weakness. Congress could request money from the states, but it could not force them to contribute. The result was a chronically underfunded government, unable to effectively address the nation's problems. The weaknesses of the Articles of Confederation soon became apparent. The lack of a strong central government led to a period of chaos and disarray. Economic instability plagued the nation. One of the most glaring problems was the lack of a national currency. Each state printed its own money, making interstate trade confusing and difficult. The government was powerless to regulate commerce, further hindering economic growth. The Articles' inability to enforce laws or taxes also created significant problems. The government was powerless to address issues such as interstate disputes and threats from foreign powers. This weakness was glaringly apparent during events like Shays Rebellion. This armed uprising by farmers in Massachusetts protesting economic hardship exposed the government's inability to maintain order. Section 4. A more perfect union. By 1787, it was clear that the Articles of Confederation were failing. The nation's leaders recognized the need for a stronger national government. They met in Philadelphia to revise the Articles. This meeting became known as the Constitutional Convention. The delegates quickly realized that simply amending the Articles would not be enough. They decided to create an entirely new document, the United States Constitution. The Constitution created a federal system of government with power shared between the national and state governments. The Constitution addressed the weaknesses of the Articles by creating a more powerful national government with the ability to tax, raise an army, and regulate commerce. It established 3 branches of government: legislative, executive, and judicial, with a system of checks and balances to prevent tyranny. Section 5. Echoes of the Articles. The Articles of Confederation may have been replaced, but their legacy lives on. They represent the first attempt by the newly independent colonies to establish a unified government. Their flaws highlighted the difficulties of balancing states' rights with the need for a strong national government. Studying the Articles of Confederation is crucial for understanding the complexities of American history. It reminds us of the importance of compromise and adaptability in governance. The lessons learned from this first experiment in self-government continue to shape the United States today. The Articles of Confederation, though ultimately unsuccessful, played a pivotal role in shaping the nation we know today. They remind us that the pursuit of a more perfect union is an ongoing process, requiring constant vigilance and a willingness to learn from the past.